Welcome to Breezin with Bierman, the podcast, a Princetonian Now media production. And I copy this from Kyrus. If you like what you hear, you can soon, when we get online, you can hear us on Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook. I'm so excited. Wherever great podcasts are sold and everything. Today's guest is an IT man, but he's also an improv artist, stand-up comedian, actor, and he's currently on an Anchor FM podcast. That's goodvibeswithkai.com. That's goodvibeswithkai.com.
The Vibe with Kai. Thevibewithkai.com.
Oh, God. I always mess things up.
It's okay. It's fine. I forgive you.
How do I say it again?
Thevibewithkai.com.
I guess I'm dyslexic. So you could help me with my problems. That's why we're here.
Hey, as they say, dyslexics are teeple poo. So.
Thank you. Yeah. Any optimism I have about what you're saying about that is based on sheer terror. But you should see
That's
my
fair.
LSATs when I tried to go to law school.
That's fair.
Anyway, so Kai, first of all, I remember you as a Breezin with Bierman Princeton TV guest. We had great chemistry. We had a lot of fun. I have to say that you were one of my favorite guests because we just had that natural, we were irreverent, bardy, funny. Would you agree?
I hated you. I hated every moment. on that screen, at that desk, with that interview. I hated it, and I vowed to never return. But here I am.
But somehow we're here. We're somehow dramatic.
It takes a pandemic to bring us together.
I know, and also because I'm basically a loser now too. Because
you're not a loser. Come on.
I knock on people all the time. You know me. If you have nothing good to say, sit by me. I want to hear it. And And Princeton TV has been run into the ground. The management's poor. There's COVID-19, but I still got the media bug. Also, I ran for local office. That didn't work out. But anyway, who knows? And so, podcast is going. And then, I was checking my past, past guests, and there was Kai. I went online, and my God, you're an entrepreneur. You're a force. What's going on? Give us the genesis of your podcast, what you're trying to do.
So I started a movement called The Vibe with Kai. And the reason that I started this movement is because I'm a big proponent of the fact that I believe that people should be the source of their happiness. You should be able to be the source of positive energy and good vibes that you seek. Because a lot of the biggest mistake that I see people make is they just assume that happiness and positivity is going to fall in their lap. Right? But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So I wanted to help people kind of find that positivity within themselves. And so I created the Vibe with Kai blog, podcast, you name it, on every platform. I wanted to be able to reach as many people as possible. And here I am, my friend, spreading good vibes and positive energy.
No, but to do so, don't people, if I get this right, people have to have like intellectual IQ and have to take their own, should I say, Rorschach test or do their own Ben Franklin. Why do I feel this way? You have to give them awareness first, right? Basically.
Yes. And it starts from within, right? Because like I say to people all the time, people can talk at you about good vibes and positive energy all the time, right? And they can talk at you. You can watch, right? And you can watch videos out the wazoo when it comes to good vibes and positive energy. However, if you could find it within yourself, you don't have to worry about searching for that kind of stuff on YouTube or searching for it on Instagram or TikTok. It's always going to be there within you. And like, that's really important. If people can find it within themselves, then it'll always be there, even when the internet connection is bad. By the way, am I allowed to have a sip of my wine?
Anything you want. I mean, we're still,
I didn't know what the decorum was. I have a full glass.
Why would you even consider this decorum?
I didn't want to bust out, a glass of wine. Polite. And then all of a sudden, you're like, hey, whoa, pause the podcast. We can't drink on here.
I appreciate that you thought about that, but I think you know me and everything. And I find when I drink my liquid Berlitz, my Spanish Berlitz gets better, and my emotional IQ even gets higher. So go ahead and have a drink. Great. So I guess you're talking about awareness now. I talked to a psychiatrist. But before I did this interview, and he just hit on something you just said. People have to first be honest with themselves. They have to be collected. They have to stop, be in the moment, and really take a good accounting. Why are they unhappy? Why aren't they accomplishing something? And what's getting in their way? And many times, there are things getting in their way. But again, can you give me a concrete example maybe of how you've helped someone or somebody achieve something besides, I went on your thing, 2 minutes, accomplish something in 2 minutes, start feeling better, start momentum and everything. But
Absolutely.
anyway, give me.
Absolutely, sure. So every single day, I get the honor, the privilege to just talk with people from all over the globe on TikTok and Instagram, and I get to hear their stories, and their stories inspire me. And I tell people all the time, if I can make one person smile each day, then my job is done. Like, I don't care how many people watch my videos, how many people don't watch my videos. If I can make one person smile, that's all that matters. So in regards to helping specific people, it changes every day, because sometimes it's literally just making somebody laugh. And sometimes it's like literally, sometimes all people need is somebody to listen to. So, somebody be like, hey, I'm just going to vent at you for 10 minutes. Can you just please be an ear for me? And sometimes it's little things like that that can mean the world to people, because I think sometimes we take it for granted. The fact that we, have somebody, like, at the end of the day, I can call somebody and be like, hey, can I vent for you? Not a lot of people have that. So if I'm able to be that source of happiness sometimes for people, then my job is complete. That's all I really ever want. That's all I want.
I see your point, though. A lot of people don't realize all they need to do sometimes to change the mind, change the attitude, and also you can measure the brain, how it changes, is get into a good conversation, have a laugh, change your perspective, stare at a tree. That's, also maybe my problems aren't that bad. Not that you're not allowed to have them, because I read your autobiography. You had torn your Achilles tendon or your hamstring.
I did. I
Beyonce
tore my
left you.
Achilles. And that's actually honestly what started this whole thing. That's how the Vibe with Kai started, because I tore my Achilles, and around that same time, not only did I injure myself, I couldn't walk for months, but on top of that, my best friend had passed away, and on top of that, a relationship that I was in, that I swore I was going to marry this woman, it ended, right? Suddenly, this all happened in a short amount of time. And so I was probably in one of the darkest places of my life.
And you're alone, you're living
I
alone
was
and
alone.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I was living by myself. I was on the third floor of a building, so I couldn't even go downstairs to get my mail. I had to wait for somebody to come to get my mail for me, because I didn't have an elevator or nothing. I was stuck in my house by myself, just me and my thoughts. And I was in probably the darkest place ever. And I was thinking things that I would have never thought I would have thought before in my life. And it was at that point that I realized that I can't do this. I can't live like this. I can't have these thoughts. I need to do something about it. And that's when I realized and this goes back to a phrase from Hamilton that I use all the time. I am the one thing in life I can control. If I can figure out a way to control me, everything else will fall in place, because that's what matters.
And once you even hit that epiphany, did you start feeling a little better? Like, I'm going to start climbing out.
Immediately.
I don't have to be like this.
Yes, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. And it takes discipline. It's not easy. To this day, I still struggle with it.
You could drift backwards, right, if something goes wrong. So what was the first thing you started taking positive steps, action steps, like Anthony Robbins would say or something? Like, what did you do then that first day? What did you decide?
The very first thing that I did was to stop saying that I failed, or that I whatever. I took, like, anytime that something happened to me, I would try to find, I guess, a silver lining of sorts. I would say, okay, this happened to me. What can I learn from it? I started looking at good days and bad days. I started being like, okay, this wasn't a bad day. This was just a day that I learned something. What can I do to be better the next day? None of this is going to happen overnight. Not a single one of these things, these mindsets are going to happen overnight. It takes time. It's been about 2 years for me, a little over 2 years, I should say. And it's still something that I struggle with, and I'm going to have to work on it for the rest of my life. But I feel so much better knowing that I have what it takes, and it took time to get there, but I know I can do it.
But now it probably becomes almost like what I call like your muscle memory, your brain memory. Something comes up, you can switch it off and everything. You're right about that. In my own personal life, especially with COVID, you start obsessing what you don't have, what you want. And again, it's not Pollyannish, but it's like, first of all, I do have a lot. Second of all, I can improve. If I can't get this exactly, if I can't run for office, I can be part of a campaign. I can, something like just stop wallowing on black and white and absolutes.
Yes, and to piggyback on top of that, the other thing that I would do is, I think sometimes that what we do as a society is we overlook the small victories. We have such big lofty goals in life. I want to buy a house.
Lofty
I want to get married. Blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. and we overlook the tiny accomplishments that we have along the way. Those tiny accomplishments are really, really important, because once you see them start to add up, you're going to gain more confidence in your ability and your
Right.
path. You're going to gain more trust within yourself to push yourself forward to get to the point that you want. Everybody wants to hit a home run, but sometimes the first thing you got to do is step up to the plate. The next thing you got to do, you got to swing and make contact with the ball, so on and so forth. It's going to take a couple extra steps to get to where you want to be, and you'll get there as long as you keep trying.
You're helping me now. God, I have to. You really. I was gonna make jokes about you and your rah
You
rah.
can.
To cheer up and everything.
I'll actually, I'll be disappointed. I'll be disappointed if you don't make fun of me today. I
But
will be
we'll
very
get to
disappointed.
that. No, but just I guess to add on to what you're saying is someone I knew when I first ran for office. I didn't win, whatever. But someone else who had a little more advantages than I did in terms of running for office with focus, money, time, different circumstances. This person now has gone on to the next level. And when I read what she's doing, I'm never jealous for somebody, but I was just bummed for myself. I go, that's what I want. But you're right. But there are small victories. I'm allowed to feel a little negative, but of course,
Yes,
take in totality, there's small
yes,
victories.
you are 100% allowed to feel the way that you feel. I say that to people all the time, and I hope that they understand what I mean by that. Whatever you're feeling right now, you are allowed to feel that way. You know why? Unless I'm mistaken, you are a human being, which means that you are capable of these weird things called feelings and emotions. That's a good thing. You're allowed to take those, acknowledge them, and then grow from there. And it's
Right.
not just on the negative things, on the positive things too. Look at your day. If you had a good day, why did you have a good day today? If you had a
Right.
good day at work, what was it at work that made it a good day? If you had a good dinner with your friend or your loved one, what made it good? Understand that, and then you'll be able to compile that and then use that information to make more days happy, to make more work days happy, to make more dinner dates happy. Use
Right.
that to your advantage. Don't overlook it.
Right. Do you write down a list? Do you do the mind, like write it down, think it, write it? I mean, or everyone can do it different ways though,
Yeah.
like a diary and stuff.
Yeah. What I do, honestly, before I go to bed every night, I write down 5 things that I'm just thankful for, big or small. It could be like, I loaded the dishwasher today, or it
Mhm.
can be, I got a promotion at work, right? It
I
could be
made the
any one
printer. I
of those
made the
things.
printer work. I made the
Yeah,
printer work.
absolutely. I
Right.
write it down, and then and that's the last thing that I look at before I go to sleep. And then when I wake up the next morning, the first thing I grab before I actually look at my phone or anything like that to make sure the world is not on fire, the first thing that I look at is that gratitude. Those 5 things that I wrote the previous day. I do that because it just immediately puts me back in this mindset of being grateful, of being thankful for where I am. It could be so much worse. There are people out, no matter what happens to me, it could always be worse. So why am I not counting my blessings? Why
Right.
am I
Right.
not thankful for where I am? I have a roof over my head. I have food to eat. Damn it, I have wine. I
And I
have
like to
wine.
whine. No, but you're right about that. And I used to hate it when when we were kids, maybe your mom did it too. You're not going to eat those peas. Someone in China is starving, and
Yes.
stuff. But you're right. We're allowed to have our issues. We live in the life we live, but we have to have some perspective and keep things relative. I'm not in Syria taking a bath in a sewer while bombs over my head. I mean,
Exactly.
in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like, yeah, you have shelter, warm place to go to bed, and go to the bathroom, and you have red wine. Next, you just need a
Yes.
blonde or whatever girl you're into and stuff. And stuff. Would you call yourself an expert? I'm impressed. I got to say, right now, I'm impressed. I'm a little floored because the passion, the continuity in your body language, it's real. Did you just learn this on your own? You're not like a certified guru or anything, are you? Or what do you call
I
yourself?
went to college for good vibes. No, so here's the thing. I'm a firm believer that you are the person that you are because of your experiences, right? Everybody goes through stuff. Everybody has a story. Everybody has good days and bad days. Everybody has something to say, right? What I'm trying to help people realize is that you can say it. You can believe it. You can acknowledge it, right? That's what I do. That's all I do. I'm no different than any other person in this world. I'm no different. I guess the biggest difference is that I look cute today. The sweater is on fire.
I got to say, Kai, one of my questions, are you doing this just to meet more women? Because I remember
that's what it's about. At the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? What can I do to get a kiss at the end of the day?
It's a win-win. It's a win-win. You're helping. It's consensual. Things happen. It gets confusing in life.
You know what? And if it's college, we can experiment. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
I remember I said, we're digressing again. One time I go, ain't no mo, are you? And of course, the PC, I got phone calls because of that. I only got phone calls when I said things people didn't like, but hey, it's better than nothing at all. So this is exciting though. Can you just outline, before we get questions from the audience, we don't have a phone in, but I had people from my own internet connections around the world ask certain questions. Hopefully we can get to them all. I don't know how much time we have. My producer's keeping the time. Again, producer, I've cut. Keep the time. I'm cutting your pay 15% because the audio doesn't work. And that's how I handle things. By the way, I'd be terrible at what you do, because my wife even said, I'd be the type of person who said, I don't think things are working out. Kill yourself. Good career move. You're thinking about suicide. It's a possibility. You're depressed.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
You know me. I just,
Fans, I do not condone that talk. Let the record show.
I love it. You're quick. The disclaimer. This is really exciting, and I am jealous of you. I'm jealous right now. I see your Anchor FM. You're selling things. You're talking to people all over the world. You're in TikTok. What's that like? I mean, how do you find time in your day? You still have a regular day job, I take it. IT
I
or
do.
something.
I work a 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. I work every day. The key is not sleeping. I've always been an insomniac, so like I usually most of my creative side comes in late at night. For sure.
You think you get energized by talking to these people? It wakes you up again.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So you live off it.
Every story that I hear, every person that I talk to, all of that, like, it keeps me going. It often reminds me why I'm doing what I do. When I hear these stories from these incredible people, I've been so blessed in 2020 to meet so many incredible people. Some of whom I call like some of my closest friends, and I've never met them in real life before because obviously the world was on fire, but that's okay. I've met so many incredible people and all over the globe, that to the point now that no matter where I go in the world, I know that I have a couch to sleep on if I want to. And that's beautiful because people are so kind.
You have a community.
I've seen the best in people in 2020. And that is so beautiful to watch. I love every second of it. It keeps me
What about the business end? Are people calling you now, or you call them? Do you cold call people and just say, hi, I'm good vibe with Kai? Let's have a conversation. I want to make you happy. They don't think you're a moody.
No. I honestly, I try to make it as organic as possible, because the one thing I don't want to do is force this mindset onto somebody, right? Because the key to living a life of good vibes, positive energy, is if you accept it. If you are just like, hey, I accept this, I want to pursue this. And so that's one of the reasons why I won't ever like force it down or anything like that. However, I do make myself available. I will put myself out there and say, hey, listen, if you need anything, you know how to contact me. Shoot me.
And they do. And people call you?
Yes. Wow. They don't necessarily call. I don't put my phone number out there. Only a couple people have my phone number. But yeah, a lot of people email me, DM me. I mean, it's great to talk to all these people.
Okay, can I put you on the spot now? I'm not saying you can have answers to all this. These are questions. Again, I went to my worldwide audience, Breezin with Bierman fans and everything. Like, any questions you want. Of course, we can't get to them all. I saw your 2-minute thing about trying to accomplish something in 2 minutes and how it changes your brain. I do that by just going to the bathroom. To me, it's 2 minutes. I accomplish something. And don't forget, 3 wipes and you're out with the bathroom. Okay, here's one. Again, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm not saying you're going to be, Mr. Rogers and have the answers, but so just see, Kai, I have 2 older parents. Besides being difficult, kind of being the caretaker, how do I prepare for death? She put it like this. This is my friend in Australia. I know when my dad dies, it's going to be like the sun didn't rise. I mean, how do you prepare for grieving? I guess she's asking.
By living your best life. By living your best life. Nobody knows when death is going to come knocking, right? But the important part is making sure that you take advantage and you live your life to the fullest when you're here. That's how you prepare for it, by making sure that, like, let's just say if everything were to change for you tomorrow, Did you live your best life? Did you do everything that you could to be happy, to make others happy? I don't think there's any specific way to quote unquote prepare for death. However, I think it's really important for us to take advantage of what we have while we're living.
Right, and be. Can I add to that too? I guess, and also take care and take care of yourself and that person the best as possible while they're alive, and then honor their memory and by living their values too. I think.
Absolutely.
God, I said that. Okay, next one. This is from a coworker.
Yeah.
I really like a guy. It's not me. I'm married. I'm pretty cute myself, but I can't get into his orbit, and it's really bums me out. I mean, what should I do? Do I just accept it? Maybe he has no interest in me. Comment. I mean, these are very vague. I know. I'm pretty.
I take it. This is like romantically speaking.
Yeah, yeah. She told me she wouldn't tell me who it was. Of course, I want the gossip. Like my advice was, get a roofie, have some alcohol.
Once again, I do not condone this. I do not condone this talk. Let the record show.
I guess roofie's a little extreme, but anyway, she's a girl. My advice is like take charge. But anyway, and we'll let you, the more professional, more empathetic person, take over. Yes.
Yes. So happily. So look, people will let you know if they're interested or not. If the person's not interested, I mean, there could be any number of reasons, but if they're not interested in dating you or romantically or whatever, you kind of just have to accept it. Because I think the biggest mistake that I see people make, both male and female, is when they shoot their shot and then somebody's like, no, I'm good, or or whatever, or they don't reciprocate, and then people are like, why? No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what she's kind of like right now.
Yeah. They don't owe you an explanation. You know, like they move on, go on to the next thing and find somebody else. Like it doesn't, you can't, they owe you nothing.
That's true. That's true. I realize that too. Just because I think I'm hot doesn't mean they think I'm hot. I'm their type. And maybe that time of their life they're not interested in something. Who knows what they're doing too? And they don't owe you anything, and you can't buy them. We're not into slavery. Hopefully not.
I think we got rid of that thing.
Yeah, you can find someone else too.
Yes, and you can't take it personally. There might be something going on in that person's life that you just don't know about. They do not owe you an explanation.
You just hit on something too. People are a little narcissistic. They take it personally. Don't take it personally. You're right. They don't owe you anything. At least you tried. I always say, you're going to miss the bullseye 100 times if you never try. Let the person know somehow, and then just see what happens from there.
You are more than welcome to shoot your shot, right? Yeah. Shoot your shot respectfully, obviously. Shoot your shot respectfully. And if they're interested, they'll let you know. If they're not interested, don't force it. Let it go. Take it on the chin and move on.
I know. Where's Kyrus now? Let's get to the business end. You are growing. That's why I'm jealous of you. I am, and I hate to say this. I have everything. I'm a white privileged man and everything. And here you go, black man, dynamic.
Thank you for acknowledging that white privilege exists, because I had a conversation earlier this week with somebody that did not believe white privilege exists. So
I think I don't like it when it gets weaponized. Of course, some people have more privilege, and hopefully, maybe in 20 years, it's going to be less. But one thing, I think it's easier. Put it this way. I don't want to get into the nuance of white privilege. And I think there's a lot of BS I hear about that. But if I had a choice, as Chris Rock said, you don't want to be me. I'm a millionaire. You still don't want to be me. He has a point. It's still easier to be white. Put it that way. I think.
You think?
Yeah. Yes, I do. But I'm not going to go into all. That'd be another program. Yeah. Where are you at? I mean, you're growing. And give me the bona fides. Don't be shy. You're growing. You sign contracts. You're selling things. Yeah. Your numbers are growing. Where you're at, and where do you plan to be? Hopefully, in the next couple of years.
Yeah. So my biggest platform is TikTok. I've fallen in love with that platform. I think I'm at 140,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh my, 140 in what, 1 year?
Less than a year. I started TikTok in March of last year, out of boredom.
Maybe this is going to take maybe I can talk to you on the phone and get some pointers.
And yeah, so that's my biggest platform. Next, my next favorite platform is Instagram. That's probably my second favorite, where I just crossed 6,000, but my goal is 10,000.
Very good.
Over the next month or so. But my goal from a TikTok standpoint, I would love to hit 1 million by the end of the year.
Wow. And that's going to enable you to do what? reach more, besides doing your work, reach more people, sell things, maybe make a career out of this?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I make money off of this. You know, I'm a businessman, you know, so I want to make sure that I monetize the work that I put into this, because I'm able to reinvest that money back into my followers by providing them content, by providing them giveaways, by providing them things that you know they may not get from anywhere else, to be able to provide back to my community, to offer mentorship programs, you know, fund that kind of thing, scholarships. You know, if I'm able to, you know, continually monetize this, then from there, I mean, the options are limitless. I mean, who knows what doors it could possibly open.
Right. So I might see you on an Oprah type show in the next year or something. Or, you know, the media is so fractured.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So, okay, I already screwed up. For everyone to know, give us all your important facts, figures, numbers, how to reach you, your podcast, if they want to buy something, how, you know, and on. And then I'll shut up and let you go.
No, you're fine. If anybody wants to find more information about me, they can visit my website at thevibewithkai.com. You can also, I'm also at The Vibe with Kai on pretty much every platform: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You just type in at The Vibe with Kai and you'll be able to find me. I'm trying to do every platform, you know, and grow and just try to reach as many people as possible.
Right. So maybe you will pick up the phone if I call. I know you don't like to pick up the phone. I was seeing some of your interviews and you go, I have a problem picking up the phone. I have a problem getting back to people.
I'm not going to lie. And anybody watching this that knows me already knows this answer. I am the worst texter / responder in the history of the world. There is nobody worse than me. I'm really bad because I'll respond in my head. I'll respond. I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that for you. And then 2 days later, they'll be like, I never heard back from you. I'm like, yeah, you did. And I'll go back. I'm like, I never responded to this person.
I could say two things. Maybe because you're so busy and doing so many things and you don't sleep, or maybe you have a mental.
Find excuses for me.
Maybe you have a mental illness, because mentally ill people do that when you talk to them.
I'm just forgetful. That was actually a New Year's resolution of mine to be better at getting back to people, because I'm.
Well, I think you have a right to, because I got to be honest with you, and I hate kissing your butt because I only really think about myself. But you're a workaholic. You're growing your own business and you're successful at it. You have savvy, empathy. Oh my gosh, I'm getting depressed again. It's not me. Anyway, maybe if I can give you a call later. Seriously, I'll give you a call. If I get some pointers about the business from you'll tell me, you share some secrets. Well, not secrets,
I mean, at the end of the day, because I actually get that question a lot. At the end of the day, I tell people, be yourself, tell your story, and
I already know that. I already know. I'm talking about I already know TikTok and everything else. I think I'm too genuine. That's my problem.
I like how you said genuine. Do you know who Genuine is? You probably don't. Oh. Genuine is a R&B artist from the mid 90s or early mid 90s who sang songs like Pony. And
I heard that song.
In Those Jeans, different.
Yeah.
These are great songs, and I want you to listen to it on Spotify tonight. That is your homework.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, again, give us your website again.
Yeah, thevibewithkai.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at thevibewithkai.
And he made me feel I'm actually smiling. My mood is uplifted. I love you. You're great. We'll be in conversation.
I win the day. I win. If you're smiling, I win the day. I win.
This is Breezin with Bierman, the podcast, Princetonian Now Media Company. This has been Kyrus Keenan Westcott. Love you, man. We'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.